Hi, I'm Megan Ewaldson, and I was a brand new coach, much like many of you, just a year and a half ago. I know that as a new coach, one of the biggest hurdles keeping you from building your business is a lack of confidence. When I first started coaching, I had very little confidence because I had no idea how I would connect or relate with anyone. I didn't have a story to share with people. I looked around at my upline and other coaches on our team, and I thought they all had these amazing weight loss stories, but I didn't. I wasn't just like the others on my team. I tried to make their story mine, but it wasn't being me. I had to accept that my story was different. I realized that in order to build relationships, I had to be vulnerable. I took a leap of faith and put my story of struggling with an eating disorder and depression out there for people to see. When I did, I was floored by the response. Sharing my story brought me confidence and has been a huge part of building my business and branding myself. When you have a story, people will connect with you, appreciate you, and relate to you. I think you'll be surprised that instead of being judged or rejected, you'll be supported and admired by many. And that makes us feel good, right? That builds confidence. When my coaches tell me, "But Megan, I don't have a story," I always tell them that they're wrong. Everyone most certainly has a story. You just have to take the time and reflect upon the experiences and events that compose who you are and what you want to share with people. If you're struggling with creating your own story, here are some questions you can ask yourself. What first drew you to Beachbody? What specific things convinced you it was the right choice? What are your goals? What do you hope Beachbody will do for you? How has Beachbody changed your life? Think about your own transformation story, even if it isn't about weight loss. Think of how you've changed for the better. Are you healthier, more energetic, or more confident? All of these qualities contribute to your story. Even if you're in the middle of your transformation, think about sharing where you're going and why you're motivated to get there. So many people can relate to someone when they see them trying to get results, but are still on their journey. I bet you're starting to have a few aha moments right now, aren't you? Let me share my story so you can hear what a story could sound like after thinking about these questions. What first drew me to Beachbody was the fact that I could work out from home and not worry about being judged in a gym. I was pretty self-conscious about my body. I was at a low point in my life. My health was being compromised and I was very depressed. I knew I had to make a change. I knew I needed to be healthy, not only for myself, but for the others around me that loved me and were scared for my life. When I decided to start my journey with P90X and Shakeology, my goal was to build muscle and feed my body the nutrients it had been depleted of. Sure enough, I was able to change my body, improve my depression, and save my life with proper nutrition and proper exercise. The added coach support and accountability was also the missing piece to the Get Fit puzzle for me. Beachbody has changed my life for the better, and now I would like to pay it forward and help others achieve the same. So, once you have your story composed, you're probably going to ask yourself, okay, now what do I do with it? It's time to share it. Don't be afraid to put your story out there. Sharing your personal story is about stepping outside of your comfort zone. You have to be okay with being vulnerable. Take a small step by sharing your story with your team on a call or in person. Call your sponsor and share it with them, or post it on your team's Facebook page. You can even practice sharing your story with a close friend or family member. Starting small will allow you to get feedback and direction and help you refine your story for a bigger audience. Try this. Pick a social media platform that you're the most comfortable with. When I shared my story for the first time, it was through a Facebook post on my like page. If you're not really a social media person, you can also share your story through your personal invites. For my personal invites, I take snippets from my story depending on who I'm personally inviting and how I can relate to them. For example, if someone has shown some interest in Shakeology, I take the snippet from my story on how Shakeology has given me the nutrients I need to operate at peak performance and how it gives me the energy I need to keep up with my crazy kids. See how that works? Remember, most importantly, you want to sound genuine when you share your story and when you hear someone else's story. When you talk to people, Validate them in their feelings and their struggles, and share how you were once in their shoes by molding your story as it relates to them. I may not have had a weight loss story, but if I'm talking to someone who needs help with weight loss, I make sure to let them know that even though my story is different, I know what it feels like to be unhappy about my body and lack the confidence to relate to people. We are all unique in our own way, and everyone has a story. So step up and step out. Share your story. You never know who you will inspire.